Good evening, everybody. Good evening. You're welcome to tonight's session. I want to congratulate you for making it to tonight's class. It will be a very, very informative session. So please, let's get settled and just trying to stream it to Facebook so that people on Facebook can also watch the session tonight. Then from there, we'll start. So I want you to invite your friends, your loved ones to this transformational session tonight, where we'll be talking about how you can break into tech without a tech background. Isn't that interesting? How you can break into tech without a tech background. And we'll be doing this in a very interesting way tonight. So I would be showing you the outline for tonight's class and tonight's session. So let's start with the outline. Let's start with the outline. Yeah, let's start with the outline. So kindly invite your friends and your loved ones to tonight's session, how to break into tech as a cloud and DevOps engineer. How to break into tech as a cloud and a DevOps engineer. So waiting for others to join us. Let's set the agenda for tonight. As we wait for others to join us, let's set the agenda for tonight's session. So I think we're good to go. Yeah, so how to break into tech. Tech as a cloud engineer. So the first thing is introduction of myself, because if if you've been listening to me for an hour plus, you need to know who I am. Then introduction of Agita Consulting. So what is Agita Consulting all about? And after that, why tech? Why break into tech? Why cloud engineering? So why tech? Why are we choosing tech? Why break into tech? Why cloud engineering? So we look at the reasons why. I'll show you. Then number 4, what is cloud engineering? Then number 5, practical steps for breaking into cloud and DevOps. Those are the practical steps for breaking into cloud and DevOps. Then number 6, next steps. Then number 7, questions and answers. And that's it. So this is our program for tonight. And if you are with me tonight on this, can I see your hands? Kindly invite your friends and your loved ones to tonight's session. So if you're right with me, kindly show your hands. This is going to get very, very interesting. This is going to get very interesting. This is going to get very, very interesting, right? So let's get into it. So first of all, who am I? Who am I? I'm right in your front. So who is this person right in your front talking to you? So I'll just do a little introduction about myself. Then we can take it off from there. So right here. So I'm Omiyale Yomi. I'm a tech trainer. I'm a pastor, right? I used to work at a multinational Big Four tax and auditing firm, and that was PricewaterhouseCoopers, the Nigerian branch, and I was there from 2013 to 2018 as a tax and transfer pricing professional. Why do I say this? Because like many of you are watching me tonight, I also transitioned to tech. I haven't been in tech all my life. So I transitioned in 2019, and it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. So then I was at PwC for 5 years. Then in 2018, I got a job as a senior tax accountant with Oriental Energy, which is the largest indigenously owned Nigerian oil exploration and production company. So in Nigeria, we have the IOCs, that's the Shell, Total, Chevron, ExxonMobil. Then we have the guys immediately after them. Those are is either Oriental or Seplat. So I would say they were the big six. So I worked with Oriental for a year and 2 months. And that was 2019 when I got to know about tech, and I was doing tech, I was going to work. But by the end of the year, I was doing more from my tech side gig and tech also than my salary was paying me. And they were not paying me badly. I was getting allowances in dollars. So I just felt, no, like if I can just put in my entire effort into this tech thing, then I'll be fine. So I I resigned in January 2020, and I went fully into tech, and it's been an interesting journey. So tonight's class is not about me or how much I've made. I've made a whole lot of money working online, doing remote jobs, doing tech businesses, right? But most importantly, I've inspired thousands of Africans and non-Africans to find a career path in tech and to actually transition to tech and get jobs in tech. And that has been more inspiring and more motivating for me than even what I do personally. So for me, this is a passion. When I see students who 6 months before that time, they had no tech background, didn't study computer science in school, and 6 months after, they are working in tech, and it's like a miracle to them, right? Recently, one of our students did a job with Total, and he's yet to finish the training. He was in his 6th month of the training when he got the job. So we have all these inspiring testimonials. So this just keeps me going on, because I'm like this guy who got to a place and he saw a lot of diamonds there. And he tried to carry as much as he could carry, but he realized that he's just one man. He can't carry, he can't carry all the diamonds there. So he just reasoned to himself that, why not tell other people to come and take these diamonds? Why not invite other people to take these diamonds? So that is just my journey. Like I said, I'm a pastor. I pastor Household of King's Church. At the moment, I used to pastor Lighthouse Church, Lagos, and Digital Group started in 2019. So this is like our 5th year. This is me right here. I'm married. This is my lovely wife. This was some years back. But I always like to show this anyway. I like to have fun. This was at the start of the church, preaching the gospel of our Lord Jesus Christ, as you can see. And yeah, so that's a little intro. So let's go to the pictures. Pictures like they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. So let's get to it. A picture is worth 1,000 words. So this is me right here doing my thing. Right here. Right here. Okay, like I said, I like to travel. I like to have fun. So I was teaching a section of real estate developers and teaching them the opportunities that are abound in tech, as you can see. So yeah, I was doing that. So yeah, I was doing tech trainings for students in tech, right? So yeah, it was a tech training for students in tech right here. And right here, training students in tech. Yeah, but that was back in the days I used to do physical training. So yeah, so I think that's about me when it comes to pictures. But let's go to Google, and very soon I'll talk about digital. Let's go to Google. So find more about me on Google. Let's just go to Instagram. So you want to know more about me, check out Instagram and just search Omiyale Yomi. Right, so right here. So just check me out. So you get to see what I'm up to. So that's that about me. The next thing on our agenda for tonight is digital consulting. And I think that is what brought you all here. I just happen to be the founder of digital consulting. And so digital consulting, you can find a lot about us. So first of all, I tell people that because a lot of people have been doing this for 5 years, and digital at the moment is an organization that has helped students in over 30 countries of the world to transition to tech. We have people working with us in Europe, in North America, in Africa, and in some parts of Asia. So, but I tell people because every time people reach out to me and they say things like, you know, recently I did a training and a lady reached out to me and said, "Sir, I've listened to you, but I've attended a training like this before. And at the end of the day, I didn't learn anything. It was just a waste of money. And that, sir, how am I sure that if I come for your digital training, I wouldn't have a bad experience?" So I said, listen, there's nothing I want to say that you should, as in, actually, because everybody will talk about how good their institute is. So I just said, what you need to do is, if you follow this template, you wouldn't have even attended an institute that ended up not delivering to you. So what you need to do is, whenever you want to register for any training, right, first of all, check out their reviews. So I always give people these 3 steps. So why should you listen to me? Why should you be here tonight? Listen to me. And why should you make that decision to eventually come and register for a training at digital? So I give people these steps. Number 1 step is check out their reviews. Check out their reviews. So that's the first step. So check out our reviews here. Check out our reviews here. So because if an institute has been around and they claim to have trained students, well, the best people that can give you the right assessment is not the institute itself, it's the people who have passed through the institute. So go to Google, check out the reviews. That's the first step. Now, the second step is go to Google and just search digital consulting. Now, in this era of social media, dragging and everything, if an organization has been around for quite some time, and they've been doing a bad business, it doesn't cost anybody anything to go online and write bad things about the experience with them. So that's the second. We just search for them on Google. So here you can search for digital consulting on Google. You can just search, and whatever you find will just be Nairaland, what we've been up to. Our website is there, of course. Vanguard, Guardian, Independent newspaper, you know, Nairaland, Business Day, and these are the things you find about us, right? So that is the second way. Just check Google and see if there's anything that has come up about that organization. Now, not only that, the third way to check what an organization has been up to, if they are who they say they are, and so it's not even to listen to what they are saying about themselves, because success leaves marks, failure also leaves traces. That's just it. Success leaves marks, failure also leaves traces. So the third way to do this is just go to LinkedIn. Just go to LinkedIn. And of all the three, I would say that this actually is the most important, because on LinkedIn, you have working professionals. Like, nobody can pay them to say good things or to say bad things about an organization. So these are working professionals. These are people who are doing their own life and their own career. So they don't owe any allegiance or any form of vengeance towards any organization. So you can be rest assured that whatever they are saying is very objective. So just go to LinkedIn, right? I hope I'm showing you LinkedIn. Okay, yes, yes, I am. So just go to LinkedIn. And when you get to LinkedIn, search for Digital Consulting. When you search, just go to post, right? Go to post. And when you get to post, just check see your post results. So here you will see what people have to say about that organization. You see what they have to say about the organization that we are talking about, right? So just check it out. So here you can see what Agital students have been up to, right? Of course, you see some things from Agital itself. You see some of our students who are, you know, bragging about what they've done, what they've achieved. So you could spend a whole day here. We can see all manner of people showcasing what they've done, right? And this is because we've been around for 5 years, and you can see Maxwell, a cloud engineer, cloud and DevOps engineer with Agital. You can see some of the classes, how the class is holding. You can see some of the information. So you could just get all the activities of our students here. Like, this is an institute that is training students and helping them to transition to tech. That's a 3-step process. You check their Google reviews. You check for any traces on Google or on social media. Success leaves traces. Failure also leaves marks. Then you check out LinkedIn, right, about the organization. Okay, so there is Teslim showing what he has learned at Digital Azure. So just take your time and you get all the information you're actually looking for if you take your time on this, right? So that being said, let me go back to my schedule for tonight and see if I am still on track. Okay, so I'm still on track. So introduction to Digital Consulting. This has been sorted out. Yeah, so we've sorted that out. That has been sorted out. So now we are now on why tech, why break into tech, why cloud engineering, why tech, why break into tech, why cloud engineering. So at this point, I would show you a slide. I will use a slide to explain this better. So I will use a slide to explain why tech, why break into tech, why, what's all this? Is this tech thing, is it just a noise, or is it real? Is it a fluke? Okay, we'll find out. Find out shortly. find out shortly about this thing. So here we are. So first of all, why tech? IT opportunities are abundant, but the laborers are few. Now, that's the true story. There's potential for remote jobs, flexible job schedules, freelancing, and a shortcut into making 6 digits income. So the first thing I want to show you here is IT opportunities are abundant. So that is one major reason why we can't joke with tech, because the IT opportunities are just abundant. There are a lot of opportunities in IT. So we can't joke with tech. We can't joke with tech. So let's see. Don't just take my word for it. Let's see it for ourselves. So first thing, let's go to LinkedIn. Let's go to LinkedIn. Now, when we get to LinkedIn, then we see these things for ourselves. So we are here, right here on LinkedIn, and I just want to do a search, cloud engineer. Now, the interesting thing is that there are many ways around this, but I'll just use a few words. So cloud engineer, and let's use jobs. Cloud engineer jobs. We're going to use United Kingdom. So we search. We're going to use the last 24 hours for this. So now let's get to it. So remote cloud engineer. Now this last 24 hours for cloud engineers, 3 applicants, 2 hours ago, just 3 applicants. You do this, you do this, you do this, you do this. So yeah, junior cloud engineer, 2 hours ago, 2 applicants. So 2 hours ago, they've just had 2 applicants. Knowledge of Azure. So what do they require? Knowledge of Windows, experience of using Terraform, Kubernetes, Docker, Azure, these, certified these, they have some certifications here and there. Cloud engineer, Jobo, 17 hours ago, just 3 applicants. About the role, we are seeking a cloud to join our frontier. You work with these data scientists, you proactively contribute, be involved with the project lifecycle. So you need CI/CD, containerization, AWS, Azure, GCP, right? Nothing deep, if you ask me about this job. So now this is for cloud. There's Azure DevOps here, there's senior. So now another way I could do it, I could just put AWS. It's also cloud. Within the last 24 hours search. Okay, so for AWS, I see 10 results within the last 24 hours. Here, AWS Data Architect, AWS Architect. This one, nobody has applied in the last 23 hours. They've not found somebody for this job. 2 to 3 days a week, 6 months contract, right? You know, so here's AWS developer. Let's see. 2 hours ago, no applicant. I could also do Azure. It's 418 results. So here we are, junior cloud engineer, remote Azure engineer, Azure DevOps. Now this is within the last 24 hours. Azure these, right? I could do GCP, that's Google Cloud Platform. So what I'm just trying to say is that the opportunities are there. This one has 161 results for this AI data engineer. This has 161 results. Data compliance, machine learning, cloud risk, graduate cloud support engineer, right? Okay, this has a lot of applications though. So the long and short of it is there are a lot of opportunities here. But let's not just stop at LinkedIn. Let's go to Upwork. Of course, there are jobs on Indeed, there are jobs on Glassdoor, but let's do Upwork. And I always like to show us Upwork because on Upwork, you actually see how Africans and non-Africans like yourself are doing well on Upwork. How they're actually making cool cash on the Upwork platform. So let's get into it. So this is Upwork. And I'm going to refresh. I'm going to refresh on Upwork. And refreshing. So what did I do? I just did Azure Nigeria. So let's look at now. The reason why I did this is that now these guys that you're seeing here, they are people who are actually based in Nigeria. So they are not based in the UK. They live in Nigeria, but they are getting these jobs on Upwork for foreign companies. And I've trained many of these guys who they are based in Nigeria, they live in Nigeria, but they work for a lot of companies as cloud support and engineers, cloud administrators. So look at Patrick. He has done $10,000. Olayinka has done $40,000 on AWS, Azure, GCP. He has done $4,000. Okay, this is not a Nigerian. He has done $2,000. He has done $100,000 as a support engineer, as a cloud engineer. So you realize here that it's all about acquiring the skill. Once you acquire the skill, every other thing will fall into place. So I just show you all this to make you know that cloud engineering, DevOps is the future, is the present, and is the future. He has done $30,000, you know, $10,000, $2,000, $100, $50,000. He has done $400,000. That's big, right? That's huge. He has done $400,000, $4,000. You know, I think I'm just going to stop here. He has done $70,000, $10,000, $10,000, $5,000. So that's it. There, like, it doesn't get more interesting than that. Saying that there are no limitations except the limitations you put on yourself, right? So the jobs are there, whether it's Azure, it's GCP, it's cloud, the jobs are always there. So back to my slide. If you are still with me tonight, can I see your hands? Can I see your hands? If you are with me, can I see your hands? If you are getting this tonight, please let me see your hands, if this is making a lot of sense. So now the interesting thing is that after you've heard all this and you say, oh yeah, Sav, I understand that, yes, I understand cloud is powerful, cloud is hot, is this, but can I really break into tech? I don't have an IT background. I didn't study computer science. I don't have a master's degree in computer science. I don't know programming. Okay, so all those limitations are just limitations in your mind, because in reality, breaking into tech has nothing to do with whether you study computer science or not. So tech is a field that is a practical field. It's practical. So I understand that programs like nursing, medicine, engineering, you know, there are programs that have to do with having certification, accreditation, you know, but when it comes to tech, in tech, it's all about what can you do? Can you get the job done? If you can get the job done, that's fine. Nobody cares whether you went to Oxford or you went to Cambridge. That's the reality. So what am I saying is you don't need an IT background. You don't need a university degree. Yes, you don't need a university degree. For instance, on the Upwork platform, you don't need a university degree to get all those jobs on Upwork. On LinkedIn, there are many jobs there that they don't care about your university degree. Can you do this and do this and do this? Show us the projects that you have done. Case closed. So according to this report, more than 26% of IT workers don't hold a degree. More than 26%. And almost 49% of IT job postings in 2017 did not list a degree as a minimum requirement for candidates. So a degree was not part of the bargain. Now, an interesting thing is that some people watching me here tonight will be like, oh, you know, sir, I think tech is for all these young guys, all these whiz kids, these wizards, these, you know, right? So you're wrong. whether you're in your 20s or your 30s or your 40s or even your 50s, everybody can find something in tech. Now, don't take my word for it. I will show you a Nigerian actress who transitioned to tech at the age of 44. And that is Bukky Wright. She transitioned at the age of 44. She was 44 when she decided to transition to tech. So don't write yourself up and say, oh, you know, I should have done this tech thing when I was in my 30s, when I was in my 20s. No, like I said, there is no discrimination in tech. There is no racism in tech. No racism, no discrimination. What they care about is, can you get the job done? And that is why Africans back home are in Africa and they are working remotely for companies outside of Africa. How much more Africans and non-Africans who are in diaspora? Just think about it. So there's no discrimination in tech. Now, the thing is, in certain industries, you see a preference for indigenous, indigens of the country. But when it comes to tech, because there's a talent gap, so people are focused on getting the best talents, whether they are Africans or non-Africans or Indians, it's irrelevant. So let me just show you the Bukky Wright transition to tech. And it's right there. So former Nollywood actress Bukky Wright transitioned into a tech career at age 44. She was 44 when she transitioned into a tech career. She currently works as a senior IT auditor in the US. So think about it. She was 44 when she transitioned to tech. She currently works as a senior IT auditor in the US. So age is not a limitation, right? Age is not a limitation. There are full-time jobs, right? There are contract jobs. There are freelance jobs. You could even set up a tech business like myself, right? So we are still coming to that. We are still coming and consult and for companies and get jobs. So now remote jobs, I've shared this. Is it a fact or is it a fiction? It's not a fiction, it's a fact. It's a fact. Or maybe I should even show you some other websites apart from LinkedIn and Upwork, maybe. So there are a lot of job sites, a whole lot of them, but let me just do a few ones. Cloud engineer, or let's say cloud support engineer. These are easy jobs to get. Cloud support engineer, UK, Indeed. So cloud support engineer, okay. That's, you can see a whole lot of them here. There's junior cloud engineer, there is cloud support engineer, and every time you come here, these jobs, every time, these jobs are always there. Cloud engineer, senior cloud engineer, cloud engineer, cloud engineer, cloud engineer, every time. Now, the interesting thing is that because you are in UK, and let me say this, because you are in UK doesn't mean you are limited to jobs in the UK. That's another thing a lot of people don't know. You can be in UK and you are working for an organization in, so for instance, let me look for Estonia. Estonia is a tech hub, and I have some of our students who have gotten jobs with some tech companies in Estonia. So let me do Azure here. So you are not limited. You could be in the UK and you are working for an organization in US, right? I could try Poland. So there's no, so Poland has one, yeah, I forgot to tell you, Poland has a lot of, it's the hub for some very major companies, right? So here we have for Azure 169 results. You can be in the UK and get this job in Poland. Now, the interesting thing about this kind of is that they might not even have as many applications, the jobs in the UK, because they don't really have so many people in their country that can do this kind of job. So let's look at Azure Cloud Engineer, right? So these are jobs there. So they're looking for, right? Okay, some are location dependent, some are not. So because I know people who are based in the UK and they are working for an organization in Netherlands, so there's just that thing there. It's a remote job, right? So I needed to state that. So I've showed you Indeed. There's Glassdoor. So it's just on and on like that. So let's leave that area. So we've sorted that. So now on to the next thing on our slide. The next thing on our slide. The next thing on our slide. So we said LinkedIn is our friend. Okay, so let's go there. I'm back to our program for the day. So why tech? Why break into tech? Why cloud engineering? Okay, before I go to what is cloud engineering, let me just say this, that one of the safest career paths to choose is cloud engineering. That's one of the safest career paths to choose. And the reason is just this simple, and I'm going to show you now. So let me just type in AWS revenue increase from 2020 to 2023. So that's it. It's that simple. So let's look at this. Let's look at this. Now, this is the reason why you need to get into the cloud, why you need to take your cloud engineering career very serious. So look at it. Now, I might not even be bothered about 2013 because those, but let's look at in 2020, AWS did $45 billion, right? Because this is in million US dollars. So this is like $45 billion. And that was 2020. By 2021, they had done $62 billion. By 2022, they did $80 billion. By 2023, they had done $90 billion. So what means is that between 2020 and 2023, revenue from AWS alone had doubled. That's 100% within 3 years. Within 3, because this was at the end of 2020. So this is 1, 2, 3. Within 3 years, the revenue they made doubled. And why did it double? Because of adoption. So companies are moving to the cloud. So AWS revenue is not just increasing. The number of job openings for cloud engineers keep increasing. And it's not going to stop because more and more companies will keep migrating. So let me give you this story. And it happened to one of the companies that I know of, right? So they deployed to, I wouldn't mention the name of the cloud provider because I don't want to say something that could implicate me in any way. So, we have AWS, we have Azure, we have GCP. So they deployed some of their softwares and some of their files to the cloud with one of these providers. And along the line, something went wrong. But they had also deployed to another cloud platform provider. So they were safe. They were safe. So what organizations are doing now is that they are now making use of all the 3 platforms. That is why in Agital, we teach you Azure, we teach you AWS, and we teach you GCP. We teach you the 3 because most organizations now realize, no, I can't back up all my files with just one cloud provider. I have to do more than that. I have to back up with others. So like nothing can go wrong at the same time with all 3 cloud platform providers. So organizations are going to the cloud. Even organizations that are still using on-prem, they are still operating on premises with their own server, they are still backing up in the cloud just in case something happens. So this is why cloud engineering, the demand keeps increasing because adoption keeps growing. Adoption just keeps growing. More and more companies are embracing the cloud every year, every year, every year. So cloud is not only the present, it is the future. It is the future. A time is actually going to come that all organizations will be running on the cloud. So if you will get into tech, if you get into cloud engineering, this is the time. In a few years' time, maybe 4 to 5 years' time, all organizations globally will be running purely on the cloud. Purely on the cloud. And there are new cloud platform providers that will come around. At the moment, we have Azure, we have AWS, we have GCP, we have Oracle Cloud, right? But more will still come. More will still come. And we also have Alibaba Cloud too. But more will still come because that is the future. So this is the time to position yourself in this industry. Right. So I needed to say that. So why tech? Why break into tech? Why cloud engineering? Oh, why break into tech? Because the interesting thing about tech jobs is that you can get a lot of jobs. Like you can have many jobs. I have students of mine who they do a job in the US region, they do another job in the UK region. They are doing 2 jobs, different time zones, right? They could do 6 hours here, maybe another 4 or 5 hours there. So there's just this way around this tech. There are opportunities out there. So that being said, back to my slide. Now, what exactly is this cloud engineering thing? What exactly is this cloud computing, cloud engineering, all these things? So, but you know, the purpose of tonight's class is more of an awareness, and it's not to bamboozle us with so much technical stuff, but to give us an overview of this industry. So, yeah. So now, what exactly is cloud engineering? So I'll try to break this down in very simple terms. Cloud computing is a technology model that enables on-demand access to a shared pool of computing resources, such as servers, storage, applications, and services over the internet. So you see, the truth is, we're all cloud users. We're all cloud users. So traditionally, when a business has documents, it has softwares and applications that it is using, they get a server. They get their own server that powers their business and takes charge of computing, processing, file storage, communication, and everything. So they have that server, and the server must not be down. If many of you can relate, you hear things like server is down, right? So, but when it comes to cloud computing, in cloud computing, you only pay for what you use, right? So you don't have to get your own server. You don't have to get your own storage, or at times you don't even have to get your own applications. You can just pay to use an application that is hosted on the cloud, right? So you're not buying servers, you're not buying space. There are organizations that, you know, they have to have huge space because of the kind of transactions that goes on to store all manner of data. For instance, let me give you this very simple example. Netflix, for instance, Netflix uses AWS. So all those movies are hosted on AWS. And when you decide to watch a movie on Netflix, you're actually watching that movie on the cloud, hosted with AWS. So the more movies and the more demand that Netflix has, the more they just have to increase their subscription plan on the cloud. So they don't have servers, they don't have storage, everything is run on AWS. So they focus on what they are good at, which is making movies, right? So cloud computing is based on the concept of delivering computing as a utility, similar to electricity, gas, or water. So just think about it that way. So for instance, you pay for the gas you use, you pay for the unit of electricity you use. You don't have to go and you don't have to create your own power station or your own power plant, right? Somebody has done that already. So you are just paying for the unit. And if you want to use more, you pay more. So that is the concept of cloud computing. So customers can access these resources on demand and pay for what they use without the need for upfront capital investment. So interesting is this cloud thing that small guys can become big guys because they can host the applications, host anything they want to use on AWS, on Azure, and Azure will take care of that stuff. Why they focus on doing their business, right? So cloud computing offers scalability. So a business can scale because they have a cloud platform that is taking care of the infrastructure, the platform, and the software, right? There's flexibility. It helps with cost savings and security. It helps a lot with security. And this is one of the major reasons why people are using the cloud, because big organizations like Oracle Cloud, AWS, GCP, Azure, this is their business. So it is expected that files, applications, services on these cloud platforms are more secured than on your traditional server, on-prem server. So there's a lot of security involved there, because this is, so they are focusing on what they do best, while you focus on what you do best, right? So that's very important. So why cloud computing is in high demand? COVID-19 pandemic led to an increase in demand for cloud computing engineers and architects. Professionals with cloud skills are witnessing a spike in demand from hiring companies. Global job sites, indeed, I've said a lot about that already. We know that there are multiple roles in the cloud computing world. There's the cloud architect, there's the cloud engineer, there's the cloud security analyst, there's the cloud database administrator. Now, this shows how the industry is. AWS controls 33%, Microsoft controls 22%, GCP controls 10%. Now, you need to know all the three. So what we do in Agital is that we teach you all the three. Now, you can't push aside Microsoft Azure because Microsoft has been around for a very long time. So there are organizations that they use Microsoft for everything. Their operating system is Microsoft. When they want to develop applications, they use Microsoft C#.NET, right? So they want to migrate to the cloud, they still use Microsoft. So there are those kind of organizations, and if you get there and all you know is AWS, well, you might get yourself into a lot of trouble, right? So that is how the market is. So someone who wants to build a career in the cloud must know AWS, must know Azure, and must know GCP, right? So cloud computing or engineering is the #1 tech job of visa sponsorship, right? So that's just it, because the opportunities are there. Now let's go back to my slide and see what we have. If you are still with me, if you are with me, can I see your hands? If you are still with me, can I see your hands? So we've sorted out what is cloud engineering. This has been sorted out. And the next thing is, what are the practical steps to breaking into cloud and DevOps? Now, this is where we need to be very practical. Now, we want to break in. Some of us already know what cloud is. We already know there's a demand. Some of us already have people who are working in the cloud and who are getting good jobs. So all this, my story, just show me how. So let me just show you how. So listen to me. In the last 5 years, Agital has helped thousands of Africans and non-Africans to transition to a career in tech. And so this is not a gamble. There is a template, there's a format. There is a way you go about doing these things. Even though the jobs are out there, there is still a process to getting these jobs, right? There's still a way you go about it. So I want you to take your time and listen to me. So #1, is that if you want to break into cloud, make up your mind. That's the first step. One step taken is better than 1,000 intentions. So, and I see a lot of people who are into analysis paralysis. So some of you are watching me right now. This might not be your first webinar. You have watched, you have gone on YouTube, you have done this, but you have just never taken that step. So one thing is, if you will break into this cloud, you must make up your mind and be determined that this is what I'm going to do. I'm making up my mind, I'm taking this step, and this is what I'm going to do. Many of you watching me tonight, you know people, it's not that even you've heard, you know people who are broken through into tech, who did not have a computer science background. I have lawyers as my students who were trained as lawyers, who are now working in tech as cloud engineers, as tech professionals. So, but what was the first thing? They made up their mind. They decided and said, now this is it. This is the time. And I'm going to do everything I can to get this done. Now, let me take a little, let me say this. So, because I have a lot of students in Europe, in America, and parts of Asia. So I sort of, even though I'm based in Nigeria here, but I travel a lot. And I have some of my tutors who are also in Europe, in UK. Right now, let me say this. There are people who are in the United Kingdom and you are doing a job that is not an high skill kind of job, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. I believe in dignity of labor, a care worker job, a factory worker job, a farm job, maybe a restaurant job, or any kind of job, right? Now, here's the thing. There's dignity in labor. But 5 years from now, if you don't upskill, you'll still be doing that job, still getting the same salary. Nothing will change. But the only thing that will change is that your bills will keep going higher. So today, that care worker, factory worker, truck driver, farm worker job, restaurant job, that shop attendant job that you are doing might be paying the bills now. But in the next 4 or 5 years, it might not still be able to pay the bills. And that is why you have to be strategic. And if you've gotten to this webinar tonight and you are listening to me, this is the time for you to be a strategic person and to be strategic in your thinking. What I will advise you, and I say this because I know many of our students who have done this thing that I'm telling you. So I know a particular lady who, she was in the UK, was actually working in a restaurant, helping them to wash dishes and stuff. But at night, that she should be resting, and you don't know. At night, she was busy attending classes, taking lectures, putting those things into practice. And a few months down the line, she quit this particular job, got a job as a tech professional, because now she now had the skill. And one thing about tech is there's a career trajectory. Your first job might pay you maybe £35,000 per annum, or maybe £40,000 per annum. But by the time you do that job for 1 year or 18 months, or even not of that, you've gathered experience. With that experience, you get the next job. With that experience, you get the next job that will pay you higher. And you just keep moving. You just keep moving. So that is how it works. As a matter of fact, I know people who are in our Europe classes who the first job they got in tech was maybe a business analyst job. Then the second job they got, they moved into cloud because they saw cloud. So in tech, the trajectory just keeps. Today now, 2023, 2024, AI. But do you know that there are technologies that are being developed now in tech that are still in the incubation phase, that maybe in the next 2 or 3 years, you start hearing things like deep fakes. So that is, tech keeps evolving. It keeps evolving. It keeps evolving. So that is how this game is played. But you need to make up your mind that no matter the job you are doing right now, you invest part of your money into yourself, into upskilling, into upgrading, and you'll be determined. You'll be determined. If it takes you 6 months to break into tech, it is better than spending 5 years doing a manual work that has no career trajectory for you. If it takes you 12 months to get your first tech job, it is better than doing a manual job that you can do for the next 5 or 10 years, and you will not get any promotion, no progression. If what I'm saying makes sense to some people, can I see your hands? If it makes sense to some of you, can I just see your hands? If you understand what I'm saying, can I see your hands? So you need to be strategic. Make up your mind. That's number one. Number two, shorten the journey. Shorten the journey with boot camps. Shorten the journey with boot camps. Now, when some people get interested in tech, oh, I want to break into tech. Yes, oh, tech is the new gold. Tech is the new black. Tech is the this. Now, the mistake some of them make is, now, nothing wrong with Udemy, nothing wrong with Coursera. If I show you my interface, you see a lot of, I'm always learning, ever learning, like a lot of videos on Udemy, courses, YouTube, you know, I'm a learner. But listen to me. Those things will not make you to break into tech fast, because it is not structured learning. It's not structured learning. And I want to tell you for a fact that anybody who is serious about breaking into tech must commit at least 6 months. 6 months. In Agital, our training is 6 months. And I've seen people say things like, oh, sir, why is your training 6 months? Can't we just do 2-3 months? 3 months, at least 4 months. I know that people. So here's the thing. I tell people, from a business side, it makes a lot of sense to do a 3 months crash program for you. And when you are done with the 3 months crash program, you struggle, and at some time, oh, let me go and do that analysis. Oh, let me go and do business analysis. Oh, I think it's Scrum Master I need to do, because you're not grounded. Now, the interesting thing is that you don't even have to wait till the end of the 6 months to start applying for a job. As a matter of fact, from the 2nd and 3rd month, we tell our students to start applying so that they have a feel of what the market looks like, what the interviews looks like. So as they are learning, they can pay more attention. By the time you go for interviews, you apply, they ask you certain questions. So when they start to teach you Dockers and Kubernetes in class, you pay more attention, because now you understand that, oh no, this Dockers is not a joke. No, this Kubernetes is not a joke. That was what that man asked me in the interview. So you shorten your journey with book. All this piecemeal, one video on Coursera, one video, and because I've been doing this for 5 years. One video on Coursera, one video on Udemy, one video on this, like, is scattered learning. Scattered learning. Let me give you another hack. Those people that you watch their videos on YouTube, who are telling you how to become a cloud engineer in 12 hours, how to become a DevOps engineer in 24 hours. The more you watch those videos, the more money they make. I also do YouTube about monetization. So the more you just sit down watching, and they don't give you the real stuffs. They don't give you the real stuff. They give you a lot of junks here and there. You just keep watching and watching them. The more you are watching them, because they are making money from the ads on the platform. There are YouTube channels that makes millions of dollars monthly Just so you know, in case you don't. So the fastest way is through a boot camp because it's a structured learning system. It's a structured learning system. Now, why did they say a boot camp? Now that we've agreed that it's a boot camp, let me tell you what an Agital boot camp does for you. What a boot camp, an example is an Agital boot camp does. Number one, it's actually a community. And let me show you how the community works. So in the community, you have the tutor, the career coach, the technical recruiter or recruiters, let me just say career coaches because you won't have just one career coach, one tutor, the technical recruiters, the tutor, the teaching assistant. So now let me break all these guys. Let me break them down. So the tutor is the guy that comes to class and teaches you, right? So it's your tutor. It teaches you the technical parts of things. Now, during the course of the week, your tutor will give you assignments, will give you projects to do. During the course of the week, you have teaching assistants that in case you get stuck while you're trying to do the assignment, work on your personal project, your teaching assistant will help you out. So while classes those weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, from Mondays to Fridays, your teaching assistant is helping you out with your assignment. Now, when I mean helping you out, I don't mean he's helping you to do it. He's helping you out when you get stuck, showing you where you are missing it. So that's the work of the teaching assistant. Now we have the career coaches. So the career coaches are highly experienced cloud engineers who have worked for all manner of cloud companies in Europe, in Asia, in Africa, in the US. So there are people that have 15 years experience, 11 years experience. Some of them have shared on the group. They are Microsoft valuable professionals. So these are big guys. These are guys that they're in the industry. So they come around and they help you with your transition to the industry. They help you to develop your technical skills, your soft skills. So these career coaches come around once in 2 weeks. Now you have the technical recruiters. I've shared some on the group, but by the time I share the brochure, you'll see. So these technical recruiters, we have Sean Kennedy, we have Abid Sadiq. What is their job? They are technical recruiters. What they do is they recruit for companies. That is their job. They recruit for big organizations. Abid has worked as a recruiter at Microsoft, a recruiter at LinkedIn, a recruiter at Uber, at Teradata. Sean has over 15 years of experience as a technical recruiter, recruiting for many tech companies, right? In US, in Canada, in Europe. He has worked with Reed. He has worked with Links recruitment. So they understand recruitment because they are recruiters. So when they come to Agital to coach our students, they are coaching you on how you can pass interviews, how you can pass tests, how you can position yourself so that recruiters can locate you and reach out to you because that is their job. That is what they do. So they are the guys that sit at the other side of the table. So they are now showing you what happens at the other side, how you can position yourself, how your own CV can be the CV that they will reach out to for interviews. What should be in your CV? What should be your LinkedIn profile? What should be in your profile? What to say in the interview? The companies to look out for, how you can match your skills. So they have experience in this industry. So this is what happens when you have a community. When you have a community. Now, on our own side as Agital, we market our students. We market our students. From our own end, we market our students. Right? So, anybody wants to break into tech, don't try to break into tech without a community backing you. Let me show you. Let me try to show you something interesting. I usually don't do this, but it's just so funny that I'm doing this tonight. Okay, so now, so look at this. So this is how we market our students. So what is this? An AI tool. Last week we sent out 2,000 here and there. We sent out over 3,000 emails last week to technical recruiters, telling them that we have students that they can bring into the organization, right? So these are technical, these recruiters in the US, some are in Europe, right? So what do? We market our students. We market our students to organizations, right? So let me show you this email now. So this was one of the responses we got. This response came yesterday, right? So this was the email we sent to them. Now, so look at this. This was a T group responding to us. Please be informed that our company is willing to support the young interns in their chosen career, and we are therefore offering you 2 slots. You can share their CVs for internal review and checks, right? So one of them had responded as a Friday, but now this is an AI tool, right? This is an AI tool. So when we send all these emails, because it's an AI tool, it doesn't send everything at a time. And that is why, so let me show you one thing about this tool. So Agital is a very, very interesting place. Trust me. Agital is a very, very interesting place to be in. So now you can look at it now. So here, we have to divide it into different campaigns, as you can see. So here, 22% progress, 90 cents, 22% progress. So it's going to keep sending all through the weekend till maybe Monday or Tuesday. So that is how it works. Now, let me just use this as an example now, so that you understand this AI thing. So we send out these emails every week. So aside from what you are doing, aside from the technical recruiters, the career, this is an internal team, right? This is an internal, there's a staff on this one alone, different from, you don't even know. So here now, this is 22%. This is one of the campaigns, as you can see. So 90 emails has been sent on this campaign, and you can see there are many campaigns. To open rate 32%, that's high. This is cold email automation using AI. For some of our students, we also teach you how to use this for yourself, especially for those people who want to start consulting businesses. You want to start a tech consulting business, we also teach you how to do this at no additional cost, right? Because not everybody is looking for a job. For instance, I'm not looking for a job. I have a tech consulting business, and this is what I use for the business. I just send out emails to companies. The same way I'm sending out emails to companies saying we have students that just graduated now and we want to fix them into your company. I use this same method to market my business. So look at it now. So 32% open rate, 28% click rate, right? So with the tools we have, we can send out 250,000 emails a month with the tools we have, right? So that's how it works. So let me go back to, so there's a lot to learn in Agital, a whole lot to learn, but so the technical recruiters and of course the internal, the internal talent sales team, because what we do here is we are selling you. Now, that being said, that you need a community. The second thing is that you want to break into tech projects. You hear what I said? Projects. You want to break into tech, project. Now, there's this thing about certifications. And a lot of people are so much into certifications, and there's nothing wrong with certifications. Trust me, nothing wrong with certifications. But certifications are not the most important thing. Take it from me. Certifications are not the most important thing. The most important thing are your projects. Your project and your project. So in digital, our training is project heavy. Our training is project heavy. So it's a practical class. Practical. Of course, you learn theories, but it's practical. And that is what, so don't come to class with the mindset, oh, certification. I'm still coming to the certification part. Oh, certifications. Oh, you know, certifications. And when are we doing certifications? Hey, this is no. You can have all the certifications in the world. There are some of you listening to me. You have AWS practitioner, but you can't even deploy the AWS. But you have the so because listen, do you know that you can get AWS Solution Architect AZ104, AZ900 without writing the exams? There are people that you will pay and they will write the exams on your behalf. We don't do that in digital, but I'm just trying to say that certification doesn't help anybody. How did I get to know? Because I know people who have gotten Solution Architect, who have gotten AZ104, who still came to digital to learn AWS and Azure. So question, how did you get this certification? How did you come about it? Right? How did you come about it? You get, so that is how this thing works. So I just want to correct our mindset that you want to get the job, please get away from this mindset of, oh, just the certifications. Oh, just certification. I just need the certification. Yeah, you get certifications, a lot of certifications. You get a lot of certifications in digital. I will share some with you. Now, they are not the only ones, but they are just some of the ones that you are sure of getting during the course of your training. But I needed to clear the fact that your projects are more important than any certifications. Please take note of that. Your projects are more important than any certification. So for us, it's practical-based training. So let me just share a few of the certifications you will get during the course of your training. Okay, so I will share this with you. Now, there is something called applied skills, and they are project-based certification. So look at it now. So secure storage for Azure. Now, during the course of your 6 months training, guaranteed you will get these ones. All you just need is maybe 7 out of these 10. Because these are project-based certifications. And I think Microsoft began to realize that there are people that just have AZ104, AZ900 and all this stuff, but put them in front of a system, they can't do nothing. So this particular one, you can't get it until you have done the project. That's how it works. You can't get this certification until you have done the project. Now, digital is very serious about these ones. So during the course of your 6 months training, every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you are killing one of them. Because if you have like at least 1 to 7 of these, it is equivalent to having 3 to 5 years work experience. And at this point, let me talk about that 3 to 5 year work experience. Some of you are applying, like how many of you have tried to apply for jobs and you saw 3 to 5 years work experience and you just got scared and you say, no. Me that I'm just learning. And I see your hands, me that I'm just starting. I can't do this. So, no, 3 to 5 years experience. Can I see your hands? If you've tried something like that, let me shock you. We're in this industry. Do you know? I'm giving you an hack. that it is easier to get a job that has 3 to 5 years work experience than an entry-level job in the UK and in Europe. Let me say that again. It is easier to get a job that demands for 3 to 5 years work experience than an entry-level job in the UK and Europe. I'm going to say that again. It is much easier to get a job that requires 3 to 5 years work experience than a job that is entry-level. Now, when you see entry-level jobs, there are not many. Most jobs in the UK today and in Europe today are mid-level jobs. They are jobs of 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 years experience. They are mid-level jobs. And those jobs are more and easier. But you now say, but sir, how will a 6 months training give me that level of experience? Because, listen, I always tell people this analogy. It's in the mind. Listen, I learned driving in 2015. And this 2024, that's almost 10 years of driving. But in 10 years of driving, I've never drove a trailer. I've never drove a trailer before. Now, even though I've been driving for 10 years, never drove a trailer. I don't know how to drive a crane. This crane that they use for construction. I've been driving for 10 years, but I've never drove a crane. But somebody who in 2015 learned how to drive a car, like myself, learned how to drive a trailer, learned how to drive a crane, would have learned it in 1 year. So even though I have 10 years experience in driving, I still can't drive a trailer. I still can't drive a crane or operate a crane. So that is what it means. So years of experience is just something recruiters put out there just to get the best candidates. If you can get 1 to 7 out of these 10 applied skills, your proficiency is equal to somebody that has been working in cloud for 3 to 5 years. Because there is nothing that person has been doing for the 3 to 5 years that you cannot do, because you have been able to do this 1 to 7. And if you're now on top of your game, you can even do 1 to 10. If you can get this done, you are good. Your skill set is equivalent to someone who has been in the industry for 3 to 5 years. Why? Project. So I needed to put that there. Now, number 3 is, so these are project-based certifications. So they are also certifications, but they are project-based certifications. Now, let's not talk about certifications. Now, there are many certifications that you get during the course of digital. I won't mention, but there are many of them. There are times we're able to get free vouchers for AZ104, for Oracle Cloud Associates, for Kubernetes, Certified Kubernetes Administrator, for AWS Solution Architect, GCP. So we always source for these free vouchers. But certifications just helps your CV. It helps your CV, right? Because a recruiter looking at your CV says, okay, you have been busy developing yourself, right? But like I said, they are not the most important thing. So there are many certifications, many vouchers that we try to get during the course of your training. Number 4, career coaching. Career coaching. And I've said some things on this career coaching before. So what happens in career coaching? Revamping your CV. This is very key. This is very key. There's a way you will draft your CV, right? And I have all this experience because of what I do. I've been at this thing for a lot of. So I have one of our students who is in our America class, and he always gets interviews. Always. Why did he come to Agital? Because he had gotten these certifications, you know, he had gotten his CV well revamped, And he was always going for interviews, but he was failing the interviews. Why? He didn't have he didn't have the practical knowledge. Right. So it's not about exams or about CV, but he gets into, so he just stopped applying and said, no, I'm not doing this anymore. Let me go for the project. There's no point going for interviews all the time and failing interviews. So let me go for the training itself. Let me go for the training. So I'm just trying to tell you how important your CV is. There's a way you draft your CV that makes your CV attractive. And that is why in Agital, you will get lots of certifications. I'm not going to mention them, right? Because I don't want you to, lots of certifications, lots of cloud and DevOps certifications, right? So there's CV Rebound, there's LinkedIn optimization, interview prep, of course. You are prepped for the interview, so you know how to pass an interview. There's job search strategy, right? There are things I can't say. There are sectors in the UK, right? Sectors in the UK, sectors in Europe that there are jobs in those industries, but many people are not aware. Many people are not aware. Should I drop one tonight? Okay, let me just drop one of those sectors. Or you just come in. Look into these recycling companies. Recycling company. That's just one of, these are hidden industries, hidden sectors in the UK that they recruit a lot, but people are not looking into that area. Many people are just there, they're just looking into tech company, tech, this government, whatever. But these recycling companies, they recruit well. Yeah, they recruit well, just so you know. And they recruit all the time because they make a lot of money. Yeah, I told you, they make a lot of money. So that's not the only one, but let me keep the rest. But I just dropped that one, to help some people, right? So that's what I call job search strategy. So there are ways you go about this job thing, right? Even though you have to apply for job, but there are strategies around this thing, right? So there's a career coaching, and so this is like the blueprint for you to break into tech. You want to break into tech, this is what you really need. And of course, during the career coaching, we also share links to communities where you share links to communities. One of those communities is Blacks in Tech. A lot of things happen in that community. You can get jobs easily, you network. So it's an ecosystem, right? So now what are next steps? So the next step is Agital, right? So I think I'm done with practical steps. I've shown you the practical steps. You need a community, you need a project-based learning, you need certifications, right? You need career coaching. So I'm on next steps. So the next steps is our Agital training. So like I said, we have a 6 months technical training. But what I didn't tell you is that the career coaching never ends. So as I'm teaching right now, our cloud students in the Europe region, Europe is UK, Ireland, Germany, Italy, Poland, that's the Europe region. They are in class at the moment. And when you come in, you attend what we call career coaching. So what is career coaching? So even while your technical training is on, you have some career coaching sessions, and that is where you are learning about many of these things. So it's not just this alone. There are many other things. We have Upwork Mastery under the career coaching. It's a whole lot. So for those who want to go into Upwork Mastery is there. For those who want to do business, those who want to do tech consulting, right? And a whole lot of other stuff. So it's like an ecosystem. The only thing there is not job. You might want to go into a tech business consulting, how you can consult, how you can go about it. So, and of course, this one, you have to use AI, then AI, right? AI will help you to get clients that are interested in your tech business. Now, so career coaching never ends. So when your 6 months training is over, the career coaching continues till get your job. Even some students who get jobs, they still around, they still keep learning. So that is how it works. So it's your 6 months technical training that actually ends after 6 months. Your career coaching starts during the 6 months and it just continues. You attend the classes, you are getting information, you want to go for a job, somebody preps you, you are revamping your CV. So it's an ecosystem. So 6 months technical training. And what happens is the classes are Saturdays and Sundays, 6 p.m. UK time to 9 p.m. UK time, right? We're on a promo, and that is why it is ridiculously cheap. But just know that after this week, the prices will never be the same again. After, like, without any offense, in our training, we teach you Azure, AWS, GCP. We teach you the three, right? And I know people in the UK who charge the right price. We are not charging the right price. So we just charge £350 for all this thing that we do. But if, but that is if you register between now and next week, Friday. So registration closes next week, Friday. Training starts next week, Saturday. Now, next week, Friday is 14th. Yeah, 14th of June. That's when registration will close. Training will start 15th of June. Now, take notes, £350. This is one-time payment. If you are doing two-time payments, and this is promo price, after this week, we'll never charge this price again after this week. This price is just for this week. If you are doing instrumental payments, it is £250 and £250. So £250 now and £250 by July ending. So that's it. That's the training. As I speak, the brochures are being shared on the WhatsApp group. So payment is via the Stripe link. Payment is via Stripe. Via the Stripe link. And on the group that you are, there are digital students that are also on the group too. So you can, so payment is via the Stripe link. What else? I think brochures are being shared on the group. And if you have, so yeah, if you have questions, you can WhatsApp me on 0077587734. You can WhatsApp me on this number and we'll take it up from there. So, yep. So, how are you able to continually provide career coaching to many of your students, past and present? Because I have a lot of career coaches. I forgot to tell you that Agital has over 50 tutors working for us. Agital has over 50 tutors working for us. Somebody said nothing is being shared on WhatsApp. Don't worry. It will be shared. My team are working on it. It will be shared, right? So don't worry about that. Right. So we have over 50 tutors and career coaches working with us. So we have enough resources to do whatever we want to do. So hope you understand that. So we have enough resources to do whatever we need to do. So are there questions? Are there questions? So don't worry, it's being shared on the group now. So are there any questions? I just have, of course, we manage your progress. We have a platform that manages your progress. Taiwo Ilori, don't worry about that. We manage students' progress. Whoa, Ganiat, you have been checking LinkedIn. Check again, just follow, just search Ejita Consulting. That's it. Search Ejita Consulting. Yeah, search Ejita Consulting and you find out. That's it. It's as simple as that. Just watch this replay. Look at what I did and do it that way. You get it that way. Right? You get it that way. So who else has a question? Oh, love the Aaron. I love this question. So we do work reference. Yeah, that's what you're asking about because I've done a lot of them. So I send the work reference from our sister company that shows that. So the thing is, should I say this publicly? Okay, should I say this publicly? Okay, so the thing is, when you register with Digital, from the moment you get in, as far as we are concerned, you've already started working with Digital as an intern. So when you get a job and you need a work reference, we'll do a work reference for you. And our sister company is a UK incorporated company that I will not mention here because of what I'm trying to say. So our UK incorporated company, we issue the work reference for you. So if you're a student of Digital, so it's our sister company. So that's how it works. And we've done a couple for our students in Europe. So Bukola, what kind of laptop certification? Well, the thing about cloud is that everything happens in the cloud, really. So a 6 gig RAM laptop or higher is fine because the work is taking place in the cloud, right? So if it was like you were doing some 3D animation or some heavy video editing, I could be saying, oh, you need a very powerful laptop. But you're just using your laptop to connect to the cloud. So the real work happens in the cloud. Hope you get that. So 6 gig RAM higher, at times 4 gig RAM can do, but 6 gig RAM is fine. Yeah. So I've answered that. Any 6 gig RAM, it could be HP, it could be Dell, it could be Mac, doesn't matter. But the processing, is it 6 gig? Then you are good to go. Yeah, Taiwo Lori, I've answered that. That's, I said, we have a UK incorporated company, a sister company that does a reference for you, work reference. It's not even reference on your CV. There are two different things. Work reference means you have gotten a job or you're in the process of getting the job. And this is, you're in the UK now, you should know these things. And the company wants to get a reference from the company you have been with before, right? You have been with before. They want to get a reference. So Bukola, I think I've answered that. A 6 gig RAM laptop is fine. 4 gig can do the job too. Any 4 gig or 6 gig RAM. I'm more particular about the RAM. 4 gig or 6 gig is good. Whether it's HP or Dell, it doesn't really matter. So you have gotten the job or you are in the process of getting the job. So they want to get a reference from your former company, right? So that is what, because anybody can put a company on their CV. But by the time they now say, oh, this company that, can they give you a reference? Aha. So you can use it on our CV. But when the company now requires that, tell, I can't mention the name of our sister company, but tell so and so company to send us a reference. That is when we will now step in and will now back it up. So whatever you are putting on your CV, we are backing it up. Yeah. Charles, I've answered that question. It's the same question I have answered. Do we get a job reference in case we want to demonstrate how we get it? Of course, you get it through us. You get that work reference through us. Tina, you are not searching well, though. If you are not seeing it, I searched, just go to LinkedIn. When you go to LinkedIn, search Agita Consulting, look for posts. Because you people are just look for posts. It's very simple. Just go to look for posts, right? And that's it. Just look for what Agita Consulting have been doing and you're good to go. If you search very well, since you've seen for cloud security, you will see for cloud engineering. There are many, so keep searching. Okay. So instrumental payment is 250 British pounds, first installment, and 250 British pounds, second installment. If you are doing, because I see somebody asking that question, if you are doing one-time payment, is 350 pounds for one-time payment. Yeah. So if you're not chance on class days, you can always learn at your pace because all classes are recorded and the recorded videos are made available and there are teaching assistants that can help you out. So you can always learn at your pace. That is not a problem. All classes are recorded, the replay is made available, and teaching assistants will be there to support you. Oh, Victor is saying, what is the mode of session? Are there practical sessions? Of course. So Victor, the classes are live. What is the medium of payment? Via Stripe. The link will be shared on the group. It's via Stripe. You just use your credit card or your whatever card to pay. It's just Stripe. So the classes are practical sessions. So we don't do pre-recorded videos. We do live. We don't do pre-recorded videos where we just give you some videos. Go and watch. No, we don't do that. You're in the class with your system, with your screen. The tutor is teaching, seeing what you are doing, correcting what you are doing, sharing of screen. This is what to do. Then that practical session is recorded. So you can still go over it again. And there's a teaching assistant that works Mondays to Fridays that will still support you. So that's how it works. So there are practical sessions. So it's not all those, you will give you prerequisite, you watch the video. No, we don't do that. It's a live, instructor-led interactive class. Interactive class. So the thing is, someone is asking about solutions architect. So here's the thing, the reason why I wasn't talking about solutions architect is that if you are a strong cloud engineer, you can become a solutions architect. What is a solutions architect? A solutions architect is an architect. He's the one that draws the plan for an organization that wants to migrate to the cloud, right? But you have to start as a cloud engineer. If you're a cloud engineer, you know the rudiments of the cloud, right? And there are more cloud engineering roles than cloud architect roles. But the interesting is that if you're a cloud engineer, you can easily be a solutions architect, right? Because a cloud engineer has the practical skills, the technical skills. A solutions architect does not necessarily have the practical skills. So while a solutions architect is still trying to get a job, a cloud engineer has gotten a lot of jobs. That's how it works. A cloud engineer has gotten a whole lot of jobs. So land rate Dubai, it's 650K in Naira if you are paying in Naira. It's 650K if you are paying in Naira. Yeah. No. Lucky, the promo is not going to be extended. This is a ridiculous price. Sorry, but I just have to say this is a very ridiculous price. So the promo will not be extended though. After this week, we are done with the promo. And this is the last time this kind of promo will come. This is the last time we'll be doing 350 pounds. It's just to encourage our people and just to show people in the UK what Agital has to do, right? Our first batch too was a promo price, but this is the last promo price because we feel that we have already shown people what we are capable of doing. So yeah, so that's why we are making it this cheap. So yeah, the classes are Saturdays and Sundays. Saturdays and Sundays, 6 p.m. UK time. Saturdays and Sundays, 6 p.m. UK time. Right. More details will be shared on the group. Saturday. The replay of this session will be shared on your group, so don't worry about it. The replay will be shared on the group. So are there other questions? I still have like 3 minutes to go. I have 3 minutes to go. So if you have any other question, let me know. 3 minutes to go. So Tawilori, we'll be happy to have you here, right? Just get in and you'll see what digital, the stuff digital is made up of. So are there other questions? No. You are not doing coding here. No coding here. Please don't bring this coding, whatever. Yeah. So before people start saying coding. Okay, so classes are recorded and replays made available, like I said, and teaching assistants are available to help you out if you get stuck. They're available to help you out if you get stuck. Yeah, love Aaron. Why not? You can shorten your learning time if you learn at your own pace, right? You can learn faster, right? If you choose to, but we are committed to being with you for 6 months. But if you choose to do it in less than 6 months, why not? Right? You have all the materials and the teaching assistant is there to help you out. So how will the recorded video be accessible? We have a platform where we share the recorded videos on, and the platform is shared on your group. So don't worry about how it will be made accessible. Yeah, don't worry about that. I have said it 1,000 times. Classes are recorded. Classes are recorded. Classes are recorded. The replay is made available. Teaching assistants are there to help you out. Teaching assistants are there to help you out. So somebody saying, does DevOps not require any coding? Yeah, so there are many DevOps tools that you can use that you even have to write a simple line of code, right? So, but maybe in the very advanced parts, you might just need a little knowledge of Python here and there. That's it. But you can do DevOps successfully without coding. Yeah. The program is 6 months. Kazim Ilori, please chat me up on that. Chat me up on that. Right? Chat me up on that. That's it. No strong mathematical knowledge, oh. All this mathematical knowledge, you know. So no, there's nothing about mathematical knowledge here. The recordings are lifetime. Those who are asking for recording, they are lifetime recordings. It belongs to you forever and they are downloadable. The recordings are downloadable. So it is yours forever. It is yours forever. So that's it. Are there questions? Yeah, those who are saying Python, yeah, if you want to learn Python, that's not a problem. There are modules on that, but like I said, you don't need programming knowledge. You don't need programming knowledge. Oh. That's it. You don't need programming knowledge. Terraform is part of the program. Yeah. So, yeah. I think at this point in time, if you have other questions, Python is not part of the program. Oh. But if you want to learn Python, we can always give you modules on that, right? But the program is not programming. You don't need programming for cloud, right? So at this point, I think if you have further questions, you can ask on the group. The replay of this session here on the group, and we'll take it from there. We'll take it from there, right? So that's it. That's it. So do have a wonderful time. If you have further questions, I'm just a chat away. Bye for now.